Good morning, guys. This is Ty from Master Kicks, and I wanted to do this morning because I believe people want to know about the Jordan 9 Gym Red. Now, I wasn't too excited when I was actually writing this post on my website because this is a general release, and pretty much you know the drill. It's going to be the same thing, massively produced, and it's going to be available. So I wasn't really too thrilled, but I felt like it's my duty to get this done, so I do it anyway. Now, before I get into the actual shoe, I want to show you the pictures, and we're going to get to that. Now, on the top portion, I have some kind of synthetic leather, and then you have patent leather on the mud guard over here. That's adjacent to the midsole, and that's in red, and then your Jumpman at the bottom there. And then the back, typical of Jordan 9, you have your ball and the Jumpman with number 23, pull tab. And actually, the Jordan 9 Player was one of my favorite sneakers to play basketball with. I mean, the cushioning system is amazing. I used to wear that shoe every day. It's a good shoe for basketball. I kid you not. If you wear that shoe, you're on the court, you're going to be dropping those mid ranges like crazy. I love this shoe. On the colorway, I felt like red and white. It's not too conservative, but it still looks good. It's going to be $190 and it comes out on Saturday. Now, how many were made? A lot. And I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. You know, I like to back up my claims by actual numbers. So let's get into it. So I wrote the article on my website, and then we're going to go from that and we're going to get our numbers. Now, the first thing you want to do when you do this is this. Like, you want to go on check the major retailers like Nike. Nike's going to get it. That's obvious. Then you have Foot Locker, you have Foot Action, you have Champs, you have Finish Line, you have Dick's, you have Hibbett, and you have JD Sports. Now, those two they work together. Finish Line and JD are the same because they got bought out, right? And now the shoe's going to be available in stores and online and on eBay online only. Now, the minor chains are also worth looking at. So you have Downtown Locker Rooms, you have Eblens, you have Jimmy Jazz, Shoe Palace, you have Shoe City, you have Kicks USA, and that's in stores and online. Now, the best way to kind of figure out how many were made is always look at Foot Locker's map. And if you look this here, look at this. Like, this is like spraying like gangrene. Every store is getting it in the country. And to do that, what I did is this. I went through like the places where there was the most stores, and I single-handedly just checked every single state and every single city. And I used just one state to do that. And by my calculation, I came with an estimate of 90 to 95% of all Foot Lockers are going to get it. Because I wasn't going to go through 50 states. I'm not going to drive myself crazy for a general release sneaker. I'm not going to do that to myself. So I'm using estimates. So I'm thinking 95%. And you take 95% out of 895, that's 850 Foot Lockers. I repeated the same step with Foot Action. And 95% is the same thing. I took one state, the one that had like the most average stores, and I went in and I did my calculation, came with 95% as well. That was 249. And I did the same thing with Champs, and I came with 520. So each one of those, like, basically, literally, like, every single Foot Locker and Champs and Foot Action is going to get it. 95%, that's massive. That's a lot. Now, the next thing we want to do is set up our assumptions. Now, we want to check Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champs. And I went to one of my Champs the other day and asked questions. She told me they were going to get 18 pairs. But I'm going to stick to 12 just to be safe, okay? Now, my assumptions are pretty easy. We're going to assume that Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champs are going to get about a quarter of all the entire production worldwide, right? I mean, nationwide. And then eBay is going to get about a quarter of what their online locations are going to get. And then each physical location is going to get about 18 pairs. That's for Foot Locker. And then for Foot Action and Champs, you're going to assign 12 for Foot Action and 12 for Champs. And the rest is just simple mathematics. You're just going to take this number, do the multiplication, and then you're going to add them up together. So we're going to do 850 times 18. Times 18, we get 15,300 pairs. That's for Foot Locker in stores. And then Foot Action in stores is going to be 249 times 12. That's 2988. And Champs is going to be 520 times 12. That's 6240. And then we're going to find the estimate for the online allocation. We're going to take all these three numbers, divide it by 4. We're going to get 6132. And we're going to give another quarter to eBay. and that's going to be 1533. Now to get the total for Foot Locker and its derivatives, we're going to add all these numbers together. I did it, came up to 32,000 pairs. And then the grand total, because I assigned a quarter to Foot Locker and Champs and Foot Action, we're going to multiply that number by 4. We get 128,000 pairs, and that's just for North America. Now for everybody else in the world, we're going to take that number and multiply it by 2, because I'm assuming that the USA gets about half of all the stuff that's produced. So multiply this number by 2, you get your worldwide production. Okay, so 256,000 pairs. That's what I'm thinking. Now the market value. Now that's going to be an easy issue to get. So good old supply and demand rule will apply over here. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that this shoe is not going to be good for resale purposes. If you do that, you're going to shoot yourself in the brain. Okay, don't do that to yourself. I went and checked, and 4 pairs were sold between 200 and 219, 8 pairs between 220 and 240, 5 pairs between 240 and 260, right? Now, average sale price on eBay is 236.66, and that's about 17.51% markup, since the shoe retails for like 201 after tax, if you live in Maryland. Now, the price above, they're like deceiving, because the sales recorded are very small. It's only 17 that were sold on eBay. So I wouldn't do that to myself if I was you. And then StockX has about 136 sales. It's still small, because usually last week when we were talking about the ones, they had sold about close to 500 something at this point. This is 136. It tells you that the shoe is not going to do too well in retail. Markup is now 28%. I wouldn't do that if I was you, because you're not going to make any profit. You sell that shoe for like $236, take away your shipping, you're going to be ending up with like $5 profit. Don't do that to yourself. Don't waste your time. Leave it for people. And I'm sure in the next 3 months, that shoe is going to be at the outlet. So don't do that to yourself. All right? Save your money if you want the shoe for yourself, and just wait till it goes on sale. I don't think they're going to sell out, so you should be able to get it easily. All right? Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is one thing that I created on my website, which I'm going to show you now. Because a lot of times people ask me, hey, I want you to authenticate my sneaker, and I created a whole, I like all the authentication that I've done on my website, all the real versus fake, I put them together into one comprehensive like list. It has over, how many comparison? I did over 140 something. And all of them are on here, and it's going to cost you about $11 after shipping and everything. So all that is on here, you can just click this and then look at it. You buy it and then just click it, and if you have any questions, send me an email. So that's one of the ways you can support me if you want to. You don't have to, but this is what I've done over the last few years that I've been in this thing. So if you want to help me a little bit, because I do have to pay my bills and stuff, you can buy one of these. It's 99 cents plus $10 shipping. I know it's smart shipping, but I'm really charging like $11 for it, and it's a lot of stuff in there, man. This is like hours of work, because it takes me about 2 hours to just do one of this authentication. So please, if you feel led to support, I would appreciate your help on this one. All right, now if you want to buy this shoe now, the 9s, you can pre-order it on my website as well today if you want. All right, so thanks for watching. This is Ty from Master Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff. Thank you, guys.